30 degrees. Anybody remember 30? Pi over 6. 45. Pi over 60. Pi over 3. 90. On the line, quadrantal. Well, let me skip it, and I'll come back to it, and I'll show you something. What's 180? Well, just pi, right? So then what do I have to do from 180 to get to 90? To cut it in half. Divide by 2. So pi over 2. How about 270? Three pi. Watch, ready? Again, I say these are tricks, but it's math. 1 pi over 2. This is 2 pi over 2 just reduced. Keep counting. 1 pi over 2, 2 pi over 2, 3 pi over 2, 4 pi over 2, also known as 2 pi. So that's 1 pi over 2, 2 pi over 2, 3 pi over 2, 4 pi over 2. All right? So ones that hopefully we're going to see more and more now.
Would 1.5 pi also work for like 270? Or?
Yeah, it would. Are you ever going to see 1.5 pi for me? Probably not. You'll see 3 pi over 2. All right.
Would you take off points if we did 1.5?
Why would I? It's correct. I'm not going to knock you because you don't do it like me. Absolutely not. All right, here we go. I know we got some, look at that. First thing right away. I threw some 45, 45, 30, 60s at you. Don't worry, though. I'm not going to have you rehash the rules or anything. I'm just going to tell you what the sides are. What's this side called right here that I labeled 1? That's the what of the triangle? Okay, hypotenuse. The hypotenuse is 1. And do you remember anything about the sides across from the 45s? They have to be the same. Okay, so let me do the math for you. All right, with using the rules. The sides, when the hypotenuse is 1, the sides across from the 45s are radical 2 over 2. Okay, and a 45, 45, 90 when the hypotenuse is 1. And there's a reason why I'm telling you the hypotenuse is 1. Just give me a chance. All right, let's go to the 30, 60, 90. Again, what's the 1 acting as? That's my hypotenuse. Okay, so if 1 is the hypotenuse in a 30, 60, 90, the side across from 30 is 1/2. Has a length of 1/2. And the side across from 60 has a length of the square root of 3 over 2. All right, why am I using a hypotenuse length of 1? Because you are getting your first introduction right now to this big dog. I want to welcome everybody to what's called the unit circle. This is called the unit circle. Why is it called the unit circle? Here's why. Little history. In a circle, what do I call this segment right here? What's that called in a circle? Jared?
Radius.
That's a radius. What's that called? That is also a radius. A whole bunch of radii in here. They all have a length of 1. Hence, unit circle. All the radius lengths are 1 in a unit circle. Okay? Do you guys see an XY? Do you see 4 quadrants here?
Yes.
Everyone sees 4. We're back on the graph now. We're at 4 quadrants. Everyone sees the 4 quadrants? And everyone see the angles that are in every quadrant? Okay? Here's what I need your help with. Let's start at 30 degrees. What is that point at 30 degrees in the first quadrant? That's what I'm going to need your help finding right now. What is that point in the first quadrant where 30 degrees lands? Here's how you're going to help me. And please don't do this on your paper because it's going to be messy and I can erase and some of you can't. See this right triangle I'm making right now? We're good? What's the length of the hypotenuse? It's the unit circle.
1.
Okay, 1. If I'm at 30 degrees, this angle's 30, meaning this angle's what? And now I need you guys to look back at the top of your paper now, where we did the 30, 60, 90 triangle where the hypotenuse is 1. What side was across from the 30? How long was the side across from 30 when the hypotenuse was 1? 8. 1/2. And again, just let me do it up here. And how long was the side across from 60 when the hypotenuse was 1/2? 8 again. Square root of 3 over 2. Now you're going to tell me the xy point. X. On the x-axis, how far did we go? Square root of 3 over 2. That's your x-coordinate at 30 degrees. Is square root of 3 over 2, comma, how high did I go on the y-axis at 30 degrees? 4. How high did I go here? What's that side length? 1/2. So that's the point at 30 degrees in the first quadrant. Radical 3 over 2, up 1/2. All right, let me get rid of this. Now you guys are going to help me find the point at 45 degrees now. Same way. Watch what I'm going to build here. I'll do it in red so it's a little easier to see. There's my, what type of triangle am I working with now? 45. 45. Hey, how long is the hypotenuse? Still, everyone okay on why it's 1? Unit circle, all the radii are a length of 1. All right, so what are the side lengths across from the 45s then? Look back up at your triangle. If the hypotenuse is 1, what's across from the 45s? It's 14. No 14? Okay, what's across from the 45s then? Look at your triangle on top. Remember, Catherine, we just created a 45, 45, 90 on top of your paper that has a hypotenuse of 1. What was across from the 45s now? 210? No. Here you go, on the top here. We did a 45, 45, 90.
Oh, okay.
Hypotenuse is 1. What were the sides across from the 45s?
Radical 2 over 2.
Okay, so this is radical 2 over 2. This side is radical 2 over 2. So what's going to be your x and your y coordinate here? What's going to be your x and your y coordinate here? 3? No 3? That's Dylan. 12?
Square root of 2 over 2.
For the x and also for the y?
Square root of 2 over 2.
There you go. There's the coordinate at 45. Jake, what's your deal? You all right? Great. We all right so far? And now we're just going to do it one more time. I know some of you are thinking, oh my God, I have to go all the way around and do this. No, you don't. Just do it for 60 and we're done. Okay, so what's the coordinate at 60 on the unit circle? Here we go. I don't want to do that. Let's do this. So here's 60 now. Here's 30. What's my hypotenuse length still? What's across from 30 then? What's across from 30 if my hypotenuse is 1? What's across from 30? 13?
A half.
Great. What's across from 60 in the triangle? Oh, suspense. 5.
Radical 3 over 2.
Okay. So everyone, what should be my point at 60? What's the x coordinate going to be? Along the x-axis. 1/2 and radical 3 over 2 for the y coordinate. That's all I'm going to do though. We should be able to find the rest without drawing triangles and going through that whole painful process I just put you through. Ready? Let's go to 120. What's the reference angle for 120?
Wouldn't it just be 60 flip?
No. What's the reference angle for 120?
60.
60. Everyone agree? 180 minus 120. Hope I can't go over how to find reference angles anymore. We did that. We're beyond that. That's 60 degrees. So 120, same point as 60, which would be 1/2 and
Radical 3 over 2.
radical 3 over 2. Slight change. What quad am I in now? 2. Quad 2. What do you guys know about your x coordinates in quad 2? They're negative, aren't they? Yes? So guess what's going to be negative here? There you go. Same coordinate. I just got to be careful what quadrant I'm in because some of the coordinates are negative in that quadrant. All right, let's keep going. 135. What's my reference angle for 130? An angle of 135. 45, right? 45. So it's going to share the same coordinate as 45. Radical 2 over 2. Radical 2 over 2. But again, what quadrant am I in?
2.
2. And all the x coordinates are? Negative. So that's going to be negative radical 2 over 2, comma, positive radical 2 over 2. And then 150, what's the reference angle?
30.
30. So it's going to share the same coordinate as 30. But again, the x coordinate, because I'm in the second quadrant, is negative. I'm going to do one more with you, and then I'm going to let you do the rest. 210. Can you find the reference angle for 210? What's the reference angle for 210? 6 when you're ready? 30. So it's going to be radical 3 over 2, 1/2. All right, I'm in quad 3 now. Anybody want to tell me anything about the coordinates in quad 3? Jake?
Both would be negative.
Both negative, right? The x and the y are both negative in quad 3. All right, find the other 5 angles now. Find the other 5 angles. Just got to find its reference angle. And I guarantee you, I promise you, the reference angle will always be 30, 60, or 45. You should not get a different reference angle than 30, 60, and 45.
Really forgot the negatives.
Any issues before I show you a little secret? Your paper right now is very overwhelming, I'm sure. Very overwhelming. Knowing all these angles, right? Okay, here's my approach to it. If you want to take the same approach, fine. If you want to find your own, not going to be offended. I memorize one and only one of these, and that's 30 degrees. If I know 30 degrees, I should be able to find the rest. How? If I know 30, what do I do to it with 60? Just flip them. Flip the x and the y, right? If it's radical 3 over 2 1/2, I flip it. Why don't I bother with 45? What do you notice about 45? Both the same, radical 2 over 2. Nice and easy. So the only one I really remember is 30. I flip it to get 60. 45 is just the same, radical 2 over 2. How do I get the rest? Find the, what have we been doing to find the rest? Find the reference angles. Okay? If that helps you, fine. If you want to memorize more, that's your call too. But really, only thing you got to remember is 30. Go ahead, Nick.
So the angles like 0, 90, 180, 270, 360, they don't have any role in this at all?
We're not there yet.
Okay.
I'm not done with this bad boy yet. We're not flipping the page. And Nick stole my thunder. You are responsible for 4 more angles, the ones on the line. But they shouldn't be hard either. I'm not doing reference angles with them because, ready? How long is this right here? This is the unit circle, right? How long is it from the center to here? 1 unit, right? 1. So we should be able to tell me that point right there if that's 1 unit. Hey, take a look. Let me draw it out to help you. That's 1. If you were graphing, what would you call that point? What's that point on the XY axis right there at 1? That's up.
1 0.
1 0. There you go. There's the point at 0. 1 0. Because it's 1 unit long. How about the point at the top here at 90? What's the point on the unit circle at 90?
0 1.
That's 0 1. They have a length of 1. How about 180?
Negative 1 0.
-1 0. And then at the bottom, 270 is going to be
0
0 -1. All right. And this is not a one-day thing. We're going to be doing a ton with the unit circle here. Today is just very, very basic stuff, knowing the points, and then tomorrow, taking off. Any issues on this overwhelming diagram? All right, go ahead. Hey, whoa, before we do. 30, radical 3 over 2, 1/2. Because when we flip the page, it's okay if you do, but I'm going to hold you to not going back to the unit circle and looking at it. Okay? Radical 3 over 2, 1/2, that's 30 degrees. Okay? Radical 3 over 2, 1/2. If you got to flip back, you flip back. I'm going to try to make sure you guys aren't dependent on it, though. Here we go. Let's do this. These are 3 parts to every problem. First part, tell me what quadrant we're in. Second part, graph it. And the third part, which is the new part today, name the point on the unit circle where it is. All right, so let's start. -120. We didn't graph any negative angles on the unit circle, so what do you suggest that I do first? Add 360 like we usually do. So our focus now is at 240 degrees. Okay, question 1. What quad am I in? 1, what quadrant am I in? 240, take your time. Quadrant? Good. Quad 3. Let's graph it. I'm not even going to ask anymore. We should be closer to 270, right? And I should have taught this a little bit better because I see you guys struggling on your quiz with this when we do the rotational arrow. First thing, we are graphing -120. So should I be going clockwise or counterclockwise right now with my arrow? -120, clockwise or counterclockwise? 10?
Clockwise.
Clockwise if it's negative. Now, some of us, and I'm trying to figure out where it comes from. Hey, I don't need that. I just went 360. You're way over where I need to go, right? You're way over. So there's no reason to go all the way around. You just go right to the terminal side and stop. If you go all the way around, you're going past 360. So there's all the old stuff. Now let's get to the new stuff. What is this point on the unit circle? No, time's not up here. I'm not done.
Uh-huh.
Anybody?
Whose was it last time? This happened earlier.
Tim, is that yours?
No.
You got to be somewhere. Just take a quick check.
Oh, was it mine?
Got to be somewhere.
No, that's mine. I'll
Oh,
turn it off so it doesn't go off again.
okay. Got to be somewhere. Or try to tell me shut it down, Carlina. Time's up. I'm the captain here.
Yeah, but it was for last night. I don't know what it's now.
You good?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
It was a nap alarm.
All right. Kids need naps now. Yeah. Have a little recess later. Anybody? Good times. All right. Now, where is this point on the unit circle now? What's the point? So let's go through the process. 240. No. Reference angle. That's what you need. You need the reference angle for 240. 60. Now I got to think 60.
Square root of 2. Oh, wait, no.
That's
it's
45.
1/2 over.
1/2, comma, radical 3 over 2.
Negative 1.
Last thing. This isn't correct though. Quadrant. You always have to be aware of what quad you're working in. I'm working in quad 3, so what do you know about the x and the y's?
Negative.
We okay? All right. B, pi over 3. If you need the time to convert, but we talked earlier today, pi over 3 is what in degrees? Pi over 3 is 11?
60.
60. I won't even ask what quadrant we're in. We know we're in quad 1. Arrow counterclockwise. Don't need to ask about a reference angle. It's already in the first quadrant. So what is the point on the unit circle at 60 degrees? Point at 60?
1/2.
1/2.
Radical 3 over 2.
Do I need to make any of them negative?
No.
Nope, first quadrant. And finally, 3 pi over 2. What was that? That's not a famous one, but a quick one.
270.
Oh, thanks, Jared. I don't need to call on anybody. You just want to show off. Go ahead. 270. Ooh, we haven't graphed one of these yet, have we? Well, you don't have. I'm not going to ask for a quadrant. Why not?
It's on.
It's on the line. It's a quadrantal angle, so I don't know quad. Graphing it. Ready? We can graph it. Where's my other side going to be? Where's my terminal side?
Straight down.
Not in a quadrant, right? Right here. Can I still put a rotational arrow? Going which direction? Clockwise or counterclockwise?
Counterclockwise.
Is it positive or negative?
Positive.
So counterclockwise. And on the unit circle,
0, -1.
remember everything has a length of 1, so it's 0, down 1 on the unit circle. Chromebooks out. Chromebooks out. Answer key open. Start the assignment. It's in the packet, not on Delta Math. No more Delta Math for this unit. Everything's in the packet. Okay, so start the packet work. Check your answers up on Classroom. Great work as always. Let's get it done.